As the conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues, startling details have surfaced about the lifestyle of Russian President Vladimir Putin, who is implicated in the ongoing turmoil. While the war causes loss of life and community destruction, Putin reportedly lives in luxury, traveling across Russia in a ghost train equipped with extravagant amenities. Photos recently made public reveal the inside of Putin's 22-carriage train, which is said to include a gym, a skincare and massage parlor complete with anti-aging equipment, and a luxurious Turkish bath. The train also boasts lavishly decorated bedrooms, sophisticated dining cars, and even a movie theater. Despite its luxury, the train is built for security with bulletproof doors and windows and is equipped with essential medical supplies, presenting a stark contrast to the harsh realities of war. The train itself cost an astonishing $74 million to produce, a financial burden borne by the Russian taxpayers. Also, the annual cost for maintaining the train is around $15.8 million. This spending raises concerns about the potential benefits these funds could have, providing for those suffering from the war's impacts or for enhancing essential public services and infrastructure. When he's away from the secretive base in Europe, where he sometimes issues grave global threats, President Vladimir Putin lives a life many leaders would envy. Before the Ukraine conflict, he enjoyed a kind of global celebrity status, surrounded by an aura of mystery and admired by many. However, his reputation took a hit as his unpredictable nature became apparent, raising concerns about his readiness to take drastic actions if challenged. Despite such perceptions, Putin often projects a powerful and compelling image. He's been seen riding horses shirtless, swimming in rivers, playing hockey, and even interacting playfully with a bear, all of which bolsters his image as a strong and fearsome leader. Putin's lifestyle is characterized by luxury, extravagant spending, and significant investments. One might expect his mornings to be filled with unusual rituals, yet they're surprisingly normal. With no pressing international duties, he might sleep until noon, aiding in preserving his vigorous image at nearly 72 years old. His breakfast is straightforward but of high quality, often including an omelette, fresh fruit juice, porridge, and cottage cheese, reflecting a contrast between his simple diet and luxurious lifestyle. Remarkably, his ingredients are sourced from local farms owned by the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, Patriarch Kirill, and are prepared by a highly skilled and well-paid chef. Like many leaders before him, Vladimir Putin is very careful about avoiding poisoning, a real concern for someone in his position. This makes him cautious about what he eats, and he always brings his own chef when he travels abroad. His chef, who is one of the most trusted people and is well paid, ensures that even the porridge Putin eats is safe. Although he is careful, Putin doesn't skip trying local foods during his trips. However, each dish must be checked by Russian security before he can eat it. Putin's caution comes from his past as a KGB agent, where he learned to always be alert to dangers. Interestingly, he avoids milk, but it's not clear if he doesn't like the taste or if it's a joke about disliking cows as much as he dislikes certain American policies. After a safe breakfast, Putin enjoys a cup of coffee that is guaranteed to be free of poisons in his large estate outside Moscow. This place has everything from a heated pool to luxurious furniture and decor. Despite living in luxury, Putin takes care of his health first. He spends 2 hours swimming after breakfast, where he also thinks about important decisions for the country. In the afternoon, it's time for meetings with ministers, MPs, advisors, and journalists. But meeting Putin isn't quick. You might wait for 2 to 4 hours depending on how important your issue is. Journalists might even need to bring snacks because of the long wait, which happens in the Kremlin's fancy conference rooms that look more like a king's throne room than a regular office. This shows how tightly Putin controls everything and always stays cautious. While everyone waits for their meeting, President Vladimir Putin is busy with his fitness routine, something that remains robust despite the challenges Russia faces. After a vigorous swim, he moves on to weightlifting, just regular weights, though his workout gear alone reportedly costs over $3,500. At 72, Putin takes his fitness seriously, participating in sports like hockey and judo, where he was once an honorary president of the International Federation before his position was suspended due to the situation in Ukraine. By mid-afternoon, Putin shifts from his exercise to getting dressed for the day. He sticks to a simple yet elegant dress code, favoring suits from high-end brands like Keaton and Brioni. Even with recent EU sanctions limiting his access to these brands, Putin's extensive collection ensures he won't be short on attire, with his wardrobe valued at tens of thousands of dollars. Traveling in Moscow might be a headache for most, but Putin has a clear path: a private road with a police escort leading directly from his home to the Kremlin. Once in his office, where he's all about work, the setup is austere with no windows and a ban on modern technology for security reasons. Communication is limited to an old Soviet landline, basic but effective against espionage. Putin's day officially begins with reading reports from Russia's domestic and foreign intelligence services, ensuring he's fully briefed on national security matters. This no-frills, security-focused approach underscores his intense dedication to his role and the serious nature of his daily responsibilities. After updating himself on the latest intelligence reports, President Vladimir Putin turns his attention to the media landscape within Russia. He spends significant time reading national tabloids, which, due to heavy censorship, frequently features articles that praise him. These publications are abundant in state-controlled media. He then reviews the slightly less restricted broadsheets regarded as the more reputable press in Russia. His least favorite reading material, understandably, is the foreign press, which generally paints a less favorable picture of him. Despite this, he knows it's crucial to understand international perspectives and potential opportunities. When in good spirits, Putin enjoys watching satirical videos about himself, although he makes sure to do this outside of the formal setting of his office. His daily schedule is meticulously organized into 15-minute intervals, a common practice among world leaders to manage their dense itineraries, which include meetings, press conferences, and managing state affairs. Even when traveling abroad, Putin's approach to logistics reflects thorough security measures. His delegation typically takes over a luxury hotel vetted and secured by the Russian intelligence services SVR and FSB. The building is completely secured before his arrival. For his travels, Putin uses 3 airplanes, one for himself and his inner circle, one for the rest of his delegation, and a decoy to mitigate the risks of any potential attacks that could escalate to a global conflict. This level of preparation underscores the intense security measures that accompany the Russian president wherever he goes. Putin is known for his self-reliance, surrounding himself with a large team of staff, including chefs and other helpers who make his day-to-day life smoother. Interestingly, Putin is most active at night, claiming that this is when his mind is clearest and he does most of his work. He prefers working from home in the evenings rather than staying late in the Kremlin, and it's not unusual for him to call ministers or advisors to discuss government matters well past midnight. For meals, Putin sticks to healthy options but doesn't shy away from indulging in finer foods like caviar on special occasions. He also has a fondness for pistachio ice cream, a treat that he has been seen enjoying with various world leaders. Contrary to popular Western belief that Putin might frequently enjoy vodka, he seldom drinks alcohol except during diplomatic events where it's customary. Putin's schedule sees him going to bed around 3 a.m. He's been living as a single man since his divorce in 2013, focusing much of his time on his duties. Despite his high-profile position, he lives a somewhat private life with his beloved dogs, a black Labrador named Coney, an Akita Inu called Uni, and a Bulgarian Karakachan named Buffy, gifted by Bulgarian's Prime Minister. These dogs undoubtedly enjoy a lavish lifestyle reflective of Putin's significant personal wealth, which is rumored to be over $100 billion. Although Putin leads a luxurious life, he maintains a relatively modest public persona, rarely displaying his wealth openly. He lives in a secluded, multi-million-dollar estate, guarded by a personal security team, enjoying privileges that remain mostly out of the public eye and behind closed doors. As the world confronts the devastating Russia-Ukraine conflict, revelations about Vladimir Putin's immense wealth and extravagant lifestyle are striking. Amidst widespread suffering, Putin is reported to enjoy the comforts of his luxurious train and lavish possessions. This sharp contrast between his opulence and the harsh realities faced by many highlights a pressing need for greater transparency, accountability, and humanity in leadership. After getting a glimpse into both the everyday and narcissistic aspects of Putin's life, a question arises. Would you prefer to live a life of secluded wealth like Putin, or would you value your personal freedom more? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Economy Obsession for more insightful videos.